Hey Dreamers, this is Jade and I'm here to do my third quarter update as far as my journals go. And so I've divided them into three piles and we will go through them. First pile is the pile that I usually work in pretty regularly. Most of them probably every day, the rest of them like every few days or every other day or something like that. This pile, I would say I work in semi-regularly, so every maybe few weeks to a month or so. And this pile will be journals that are either new to the collection for whatever reason or something I need to pivot from and figure out something else. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I think I'll probably start with the semi journals first and then we'll go from there. Okay, here are the journals that I work in semi-regularly, so let's go through them. This first one is my Affirmations Journal. And what's ironic about, okay, first let me make a couple of notes. All of my leather covers that you see are from Chic Sparrow, every single one of them. This one here was a collaboration between Chic Sparrow and Sam Kelly back in July. And to my knowledge, this leather is no longer available. However, they do have pocket folios available in other leathers on their site. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way. And okay, so this is my Affirmations Journal. And what's ironic about this is in my last video, I had said that this was a journal that I had pretty much all but abandoned. I hadn't been working in it at all. And either the same day or the day after, there was something in my head I decided I wanted to work on. And so I got back into this journal doing more affirmations. And also, I had a little meditation journal. It was kind of like just a slim little pocket journal, something like this. And I, for the life of me, do not know where I put that. So I've decided to add that into here. So this will be my affirmations journal, but it will also be my meditation journal. So if I'm meditating and some information comes to me that I feel like is important and I need to write down, then that will go in here. Forgive me if you see my little cord swinging. I have my earphones in trying to make the sound better. So anyway, yeah, so this is my affirmations journal. I do work in it semi-regularly now. So this has not been abandoned apparently. And yeah, so let's move right along. So the next journal is my Dear Charlie journal. And I've shared a couple of spreads in this with you guys. I haven't gotten far in this, but the ideas or the questions or the questions that I have that I want to do in here, like they come sometimes so fast I can't even write them down. So I need to do a better job of that. However, I've shared the first spread with you guys, and the last spread that I did was, let's see, yeah, this one about my comfort movie King Arthur. So that is pretty much all I have done in this, and I want to get back in it like a lot. Because there's a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of questions that I have, just especially now too. This was a while ago. I had told you guys, any of my regular watchers, that Charlie had a new show coming out called Shantaram. And this was like probably back in 2019 or so that I mentioned it, and I ended up reading the book and everything to prepare for it. And then the panorama happened, and then I think they had trouble with somebody, one of the big wigs on the set, and so they had to pause filming, and I think Charlie got ill like a whole bunch of it was a mess. So it's finally finally on Apple TV now. It just premiered on October 14th, so I'm really excited about that, and I already have questions about that project. So yeah, so definitely need to get more into that. This is my commonplace book. Again, Chic Sparrow cover. I believe this is called the Avalon. And if I'm not mistaken, they recently had an overstock sale, Chic Sparrow, last month. And so if anybody's looking for this Avalon, it may still be available. So yeah. And this is my commonplace book. You guys saw me do like the first few spreads in this. And I haven't really been back in it since. However, I have been wanting to, and I actually just completed a spread in it of some of my favorite movie and TV quotes that I've been writing down over the years. And so I finally did a spread about that, and there's more that I have that needs to go in this, so that will probably be a continuous type of spread in this book. I also want to do a book quote spread, and there's a whole lot of other ideas that have been coming to me as well. I want to get down a playlist, like a self-love playlist, and some other things. Again, it's just me trying to get out of the paralyzation of doing it and actually executing the ideas that are in my head and putting it down onto the paper. So I did recently, like I said, do a spread in this, and I filmed it. So that will probably go up in the next couple weeks or so. So just look out for that. And this is my vision journal. This is, I'm going to say maybe an ambition. I can't remember exactly the name of this, but I feel like it comes from the Express line. Anywho, I love this green. This is my vision journal. I can't really share a whole lot of this with you because this is private. I like to keep a lot of my vision, dreams, stuff like that private until it's actually come to fruition in the 3D. And then I feel like I can share. I've always been a private person. That's just who I am. If I'm working on something, I don't like to tell anybody because I don't need other people's doubts in my head. And so, yeah. But there were a few things I was able to share in this, like when I set up a couple, if I can get it, yeah, gratitude pages for June and I think it was July. Yeah, I probably need to do that again. That was nice. I really liked the way they turned out, and it was good to get down some gratitude. Even though I find myself every day, anything that happens that I'm grateful for, I'm like just saying thank you in my head anyway. So I think I'm just kind of a naturally grateful person. But shout out to my mom and dad for that because they kind of instilled that in me. So yeah, again, semi-regularly in here, I'm working, but not every day. It's definitely not an everyday type of thing. And this is the journal that I like to keep any notes that I'm working on, like if I'm working through a course or a book, the notes or exercises, tasks, anything like that go in here. And I actually just finished up one because I was doing Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. I finally finished it, and I actually ended up finishing the book as well. And so I have a few of these that I bought because I really like them. And so I'm just replacing that old one with a new one. And there's a book now that I started reading called it was called The Desire Map. And once I got to like the part where you really get into like the exercises and stuff like that, I paused to read something else, and I can't remember what it was. And so I actually want to get back to that book and do the exercises and go through the task and yada yada yada. So this nice clean fresh notebook will be what I will be taking my notes and all of that kind of stuff in. This is basically my lettering journal. I just like to practice lettering in here. It's an Exceed journal from Walmart. I'm sure most of you have seen these. So yeah, basically, and I just got back into this because I had put this on pause for a little while, but just messing around with it. And I was doing a lot of Charlie's work here, and again here. And this is the characters from Shantaram. So yeah, you guys can see basically the progression. I still need a lot of practice. I feel like I still have not gotten it to where I really am confident in just putting my pen on the paper and letting it rip. So yeah, really enjoy doing that. I usually pull that out at night while I'm watching TV or something and practice with my usually I'm using my, what do you call them, Faber-Castell brush pens. So yeah, next would be my entertainment journals or media journals. I divided them up between TV and movies. I had them all in here and decided I didn't want to do that, so thus was born the movie journal. Anyway, this is the TV journal. I actually haven't been in this in quite a long time. Probably not until sometime last. Well, yeah, because you guys have seen. I showed you this last time that my last spread was this one from Only Murders in the Building, and this was from the first season. Now the second season has already come on and aired and been done. It's done. However, I did just recently watch a couple shows that I really, really enjoyed, and so I kind of want to get those down. One was called Heartbreak High. It's the new version on Netflix, and the other one was called Dairy Girls, which is also on Netflix, and they just had their third and final season. So I kind of want to do spreads for both of those because I really, really enjoyed both of those shows. Heartbreak High really reminded me of Generation that aired on HBO Max that got canceled, that I was really mad about because it was such a good show. So yeah. And then, of course, my movie journal. I recently did a few spreads in here, like a few months ago. So the last two I did were the one for The Gentleman, finally. Again, I had seen this movie back in 2020 when it released and before the world imploded. And I finally was able to do a journal or spread for it. I love this movie so much. Guy Ritchie, all-star cast. And I was able to get my tickets in there finally. See, January 24th, 2020. That was the last movie I went to see in theaters before the world said, nope, stay inside. So yeah, really enjoy this spread. I love going back to look at it. And then also Turning Red, which I thought was the cutest little Pixar, I think it's Pixar, coming of age story. So I did a spread, and I love the colors in that movie, like the atmosphere, it was so pretty. Such a cute little movie. So I did a spread for that as well. And recently I went to see Thor Love and Thunder when it was in theaters. I kind of want to do a spread for that because I saved my ticket from that as well. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to get back into these two soon, and I will definitely share with you guys because you guys know I love to share my media because stories are everything. So that's it for the semi working in books, journals, whatever, and we will get to the ones that I work in regularly. Okay, getting into the journals that I use on a very regular basis. We will start with this one. Now this is a Fairweather from Chic Sparrow. I think they do still offer this for now. It comes in two different options where you can get the pockets in either color or just the regular brown. I opted for the brown because I think after a while that color will get on my nerves. So yeah, anyway, this is my dream journal. So I had to do a pivot. Last time I did this, my third quarter update, I decided that I had completed a dream journal, and I decided that I was going to transition into this. I don't know why I even bothered. I know good and well that I do not like spiral bound notebooks. It gets on my nerves. It doesn't matter which side it's on. It tears my nerves up. And I can't do it. And I tried it and I was like, this is not working for me. Stop trying to force it. And so I also decided that I wanted to streamline my dream journals into one specific size. So you guys know I love A6. So I did choose A6. So I put this aside. I tore out the pages that I used. I will archive those. And I put that aside and got an A6 journal from Zequins. And I will let you guys know now, I will not be repurchasing a Zequins. I do not enjoy it. I do not enjoy the paper. It's not for me. So the next time I buy another A6, it will either, for my dream journal, it will either be Astrology or it will be one of those dream journals that I like to purchase from Magic of Eye. Because those are really pretty and really cute, and they have journals specifically for your dream journal. And they have pocket notebooks about the same size that you could, it's like the same size as a dream journal as well. But this not working for me, this Zequin, so I won't be purchasing another. So yeah. And that is it. But this is where I'm marked off in here, so you can see how much I've used so far. So hopefully I can get through this soon because I am over this notebook. All right, let's see what's next. This is my Morning Pages notebook. This is a Pacific from Chic Sparrow. This is the really, really textured one that I got. I got one that's a lot smoother that I really, really love. I haven't decided what I want to use it for yet, so I haven't started using it. But anyway, so this is my Morning Pages notebook. Again, this is kind of private, but I just wanted you to see. And this is a Stalogy and A6. Love it. I love the paper. I love working in it. I decorate the pages so it's inviting when I get in here in the morning and do my three pages. So yeah, I have no complaints about this at all. Stalogy definitely working out for me in this A6 size and for my morning pages. And as you can see, and this is the entire one. This is like a 365 version and not the half year. But look, I'm about halfway done already with this. So definitely an everyday thing. I'm still keeping up with it, still consistent. I haven't missed a day, so I'm proud of myself for that. And moving right along, this is my Daydream Journal. Again, in the last video, I had started using, I was using this as my Daydream Journal. I filled it up fairly quickly, and I had another one just like this that I had started doing something in and just stopped for whatever reason. And so I said, no, won't waste a notebook, and I just use this for my dream journal. I'm sorry, I'm saying dream journal, Daydream Journal. So I'll just use it again. I'll use the new one up, or the one that I had started and not finished. And I don't know why, but again, it just was not working for me. Like I could not get back into that specific journal and just let it flow. So I decided to, again, I wanted to streamline. I said, okay, my Daydream journals, they're all over the place as far as the size of notebook I use and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of want to just get it uniform. And so I have decided that I want to use a B6 Slim for that. And what I did was, this is a Sequoia, again, one of the overstocks, one of the leathers, they do not really offer anymore, but they are, if I'm not mistaken, on the website right now for, I guess, until they run out. But yeah, so what I decided to do, I wanted a B6 Slim, so I got this cover, and what I decided to do was get a B6 size Stalogy notebook, because I know I love the Stalogy paper. I already have determined that. And basically, I just cut it down to B6 Slim size. And I have one of those industrial, look, I've been eating cookies. You see the crumbs there? I have one of those industrial size cutters. So I was able to just cut this, and it's been working out just fine for me so far. I like it. I love it. Picasso. So yeah, that is it for this, my Daydream Journal. In this, pretty much every night or every other night, like very often, I'm working in this. And again, this was not working for me for the second time around, so I said no. So we're going to see how the B6 Slim size works out. I'm a, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of person. So when it is broke, I will fix it. And apparently this broke for me, so I fixed it. So I wanted to share that. And that's it for this one. And let's get on to the rest. Okay. My bad. Okay, let's get moving on to the rest of this. This is my One Line a Day, a 5-year memory book. I wanted to try this out just to see, because I have been contemplating the 5-year Hobonichi. And for the most part, I have pretty much kept up with this pretty good. The only days that I don't really keep up with this is if I am in pain. If I'm sick or having a pain day or something, like I don't even bother, and I'm not going to shame myself for not doing it. But other than that, I'm really pretty consistent with this. So yeah. And since I have been with this, I've decided to get a 5-year Hobonichi journal. I didn't purchase it myself, but I put it on my Christmas list. And yeah, my family always comes through. when I ask for something. So I'm not worried about whether or not I'm going to get that. That will be a part of my Christmas. So I'll share it when I get it. Next, this, of course, you guys know is my, what do you call it? My creative journal, memory keeping journal, whatever. I finally finished up June. I have a couple more videos from June coming, and then of course I'll have to do a flip. And I have my intro page for July complete, and so I can start entries from July. Yes, I know I'm behind, and I really just need to do like a couple days of where I can just catch up on the months and these, because I think that I want to participate again this year, since I skipped last year in gratitude documented in November and possibly December daily. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so I am, pretty consistent in this, trying to get everything done. And this is the Denali, Waypoint Denali. Love this leather. This one and the Waypoint Sequoia, like you can scratch it and then just smooth it right on out. I love that, and it's so soft. Alrighty, and again, this is one of those Pocket Kelly collaborations. And this one is where I keep my daily journal in, which is just one of those Hobonichi notebooks cut down to a pocket size. I've been recently re-binging Supernatural. I'm finally in season 13, so I only got a couple more seasons to go before I'm done. But yeah, and I just keep my daily journaling here, so you guys know whatever, just the mundane stuff of my day, or if I have to dump feelings or anything like that, goes right in here. And I've been loving this because it is Tomoe River paper, so I'm able to like prep my pages just with some watercolors, and I've been doing some little doodles and hand lettering. It just makes it a lot more fun for me to do my daily journaling. So I haven't been using those hardback notebooks since then, because they weren't working for me anymore. I just didn't want to get into them, and at the time nothing really was going on, so I said I need something smaller. So this is what I went with, and I am loving it. So yeah, so that's what's going on there. Again, pretty much, I wouldn't say I'm writing this every single day, but pretty very, very consistently in this, because sometimes everything is just like super mundane, doing just absolutely nothing to be writing about. But yeah, I do love getting in this when I do, because I love the doodling, I love the watercolor. So yeah, and it allows me to practice my hand lettering without me like super judging myself. And of course, you guys know this is my mini bullet journal. I just keep it in this golden brown Scout, and this is actually not a folio, but a traveler's notebook. Again, Chic Sparrow. And so yeah, you guys are very familiar with this. I actually just ordered a new one, because once this is done, once the month is done, I won't be able to fit any more in this particular notebook. And so, so see, we're here in October. So I won't be able to fit any more in this notebook. I did order another one. I was considering trying to shift what I was doing here in the Hobonichi Weeks Mega that I purchased. I still don't know what I want to do with that. But again, I am, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of person. And this is not broken for me right now. This is working for me. It has been for the last year or two. And until I feel like it's not working for me anymore, I'm going to stay in these little Leuchtturm notebooks doing this exact process. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to my new one. I love the color. I think it's a berry color. So it's like a really dark red or champagne type of whatever color. Really pretty. I feel like perfect for like winter months. But yeah, so you guys know I like to do my calendar in the beginning of the month. I also like to do a little spot where I keep up with my shows and movies, and then I print out the icons and put them here, and whatever music I'm listening to on repeat, and I will draw out little books for however many books I read for the month. It's probably not going to be too much for October. I did finish one book in the very beginning of the month, but then I started It, which is over 1,000 pages. And while I read every day, it's not like a lot every day. I'm reading between like breaks and like when I go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So yeah. And then of course I have like just my dailies, and then I have my online orders thing and a brain dump page. And so yeah, that is pretty much it for this and what I use daily. This is a daily usage type of notebook. Looking forward to my new one and getting that one set up for November and however long it lasts. And so yeah, that is it for all of the regular journals that I use on a regular basis. And I will move on to the journals that are new for whatever reason, or journals that I need to rethink and pivot from. Like I still want to do it, but anyway, we'll get into that. Okay, new journals and journals I need to rethink. This is the journal. This is the Rethinking Journal. Basically, I had started this kind of little lettering, but fun looking lettering journal, inspired by Ensign Insights. As you can see, I didn't get far. And what's in here is a hot mess for the most part anyway. But what I have found is I don't like the pages for trying to do something like this. Like I find that my brush pens, when I'm trying to use them in here, it feels like it's dragging on the page, and I feel like it feels like they're ruining my brush pens when I do that. So I can't use this for that any longer. I still kind of want to do this, so I'm just going to have to figure out a different type of notebook to use for this project and to really get into it, because as you can see, I have not been really taking it seriously at all with this little bit of stuff that's in here and the mess of it, the way it looks. So yeah, definitely, like I said, I like the idea. I kind of want to do it. I really do want to do it, but I don't want to ruin my pens with this paper. So definitely I will have to pivot, and if I come up with something new, you guys know I will share it with you guys. So that's it. And this is just one of those A6 journals from, is a Pentalic. Got this from Walmart. It's like in the art section. So yeah, and I love it for other things. This is the same notebook that I'm using as my commonplace book. So anyway, moving on. So this journal is it's new, okay? And it's basically just a collection. So let me show you guys. In my regular journals or like this, like I said, I have a spot where I'll do like brain dump for every month. And as you can see, I have tabs on stuff. So what I need to do in all of the other little notebooks like this as well. So I brain dump whatever I need to on that brain dump page. But I need a journal where I can collect all of the stuff at once in one place for the stuff that I brain dump monthly. So when I'm ready to transfer, like, because I will like stick quotes from TV shows or movies or books or things I need to remember or websites I need to check out or write, stuff like that in my brain dump. And I need to have a place where I can just take it from here and have it all collected in one place. So I'm not searching through all the pages trying to figure out which month I brain dump a certain thing or whatever, and just have it all in here, because some of this stuff will go in my commonplace book or in other areas that I'll need it for. So I want to take whatever I'm doing in the monthly brain dumps here and just collect it all in one book, and then also other notes. So this is the big brain dump for the smaller brain dumps, if that makes sense. So yeah. And like I said, this is a new journal. I just decided to do that because I was like, Jade, all of this trying to search and stuff. And you see the tabs. I had to tab stuff so I know where to find it. So I don't want to have to keep doing that. So this will be like just the big brain dump. And that's pretty much it. And this is just like one of those little pen and gear pocket notebooks from Walmart. I have like 2 and other little notebooks and stuff. I mean, not from Pen and Gear, but other companies. But I just wanted something quick, easy, small. It was in my stash. I think I got them on clearance one year. And so yeah. So this will be the big brain dump for the small brain dumps. Pocket notebook. And then this, I have several of these little notebooks that I'm not doing anything with, especially because it's like plain paper. I don't really go for plain paper. As far as trying to journal anything, it doesn't really work for me. So what I have decided to do, and I'm totally ripping off this idea from James Luke Burke, is I have a lot of stuff lying around that I would save to put in my creative journal and completely forget about it. Or just other stuff that I'm like, I feel like I need to save it for some reason, but then it's like, I'm looking at it, it's just junk. It's junk. It needs to go. But I kind of don't want to let it go. Anyway, so again, I'm ripping off the idea from James Luke Burke, and I'm just going to use these little pocket notebooks to basically put my junk in. Just put the junk in there, staple it, glue it, whatever. And yeah, so that'll give me a chance to keep the stuff that's kind of junk that I want to keep for whatever reason, and also use up these notebooks. So like I said, I have this one. You saw the other one I just showed you that came in a pack. I have other little notebooks like this, just little pocket notebooks I'm not using that need to be used up. And so that's what I'm going to use that for. And I'll probably do a quick like little process video showing you what I do. But I think you guys get the gist. If you've ever watched a James Luke Burke video and have seen him do his, I'm just going to be sticking crap down in this, and that's going to be that. And lastly, this is my Atlantic from Chic Sparrow, and this is new. Again, I love this cover. So I recently bought some Miguel Rios notebooks. They were 4x6. The notebooks people used to use as the Fobonichis, except in a smaller size, A6 size. What I have decided for this is I will frequently ask Divine Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, a question, and I know I'm getting the answers, but I will forget the question that I asked. Yeah, a mess. So what I decided to do was start keeping a record of both the questions that I asked and have for Spirit. I'll let you know, show you what the paper looks like. It's just grid, and it's nice. It feels nice too. I really enjoyed working in these notebooks, the bigger ones, when I was doing it. They were just too big for me, trying to keep up with it and do it every day when I first started out in this journaling game as far as YouTube and doing Fobonichis and stuff. But anyway, like I was saying, I want to write down my question, and the answer I get, wait for it or whatever, and I will write down the answers. And also what I want to write down in here is any synchronicities that I find coming up in the course of my days, because it's sometimes it's a lot, and I'm realizing it in the moment that it's a synchronicity, but I'm not making a note of it anywhere, and I feel like I do need to do a better job of making a note of it, because there's some reason it's coming to me. So like, for example, really quickly, as far as a synchronicity, again, I told you like a week or two ago, I was watching that show Dairy Girls. It's about these girls and this one guy that lives, high schoolers that live in Londonderry, Ireland. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Now, what's funny is they said Londonderry, so I'm thinking at first I'm thinking this is somewhere in England or whatever. Not, like a great geographical genius or anything like that. And because the London part just messed me up. But the whole entire time I'm watching the show, I'm like, these people sound Irish. I'm like, these people, the accents, this is Irish. These are Irish accents. What is going on? And then they kept making references to Ireland. And so I finally looked it up, and I was like, okay, you're not crazy. Yes, they are in Ireland, Jade. And then during the course of me watching Dairy Girls, I start reading the book It. And the main place of where everything is happening is in Derry, Maine, if I'm not mistaken, spelled the same way. And one of the characters actually makes reference to Derry, Ireland. I'm like, what? Seriously, like, what are the odds that I'm watching a show about Derry, Ireland, and then start reading a book where the setting is in Derry, and the character actually mentions Derry, like synchronicity. So I feel like maybe Derry, Ireland is on my to do bucket list. Like I need to go there one day for some reason. I don't know, but stuff like that. That's what I mean as far as synchronicity. And I see a lot of stuff like that comes up for me. So anyway, I have rambled on enough. That is pretty much it for this video. If you have any comments or questions about anything, please leave those below. I hope everyone has been safe and well. And if you enjoy this content, then please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. And I will be back towards the end of December to basically do an update, show you what journals I finished, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll be back in January to let you know what my journal lineup is for 2023. So that is it. Again, I hope you've been safe and well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.